So, Menace from the Deep is an enthralling roguelike deck-building card game that unfolds in a dark world, drawing inspiration from Howard Lovecraft and the Cthulhu Mythos. Set against the backdrop of the 1920s USA, the narrative revolves around a clandestine occult society. So we'll take a quick look at this. Let's hop over here. English. Settings. It didn't save the settings. Let's try that. We'll turn... Yeah, we won't do that. We'll do that. I'm going to bring you down a little bit more. Let me check you in the... Yeah. If it's too soft, let me know. And there's a demo available for it now, and it's in the Steam store. Let's see here. They do say that this is the earliest playable version of the game. So, and it is a mostly solo dev team, so we may encounter bugs, but let's have a quick look at it. The Innsmouth Museum.
So, here it is, the inside of the Innsmouth Museum. It looks enchanting, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, we're here for voiced.
I'm glad to see you're impressed, Mr. Graham. And that you decided to visit Innsmouth after all. But, as you can see, the museum is currently going through challenging times. Due to a rotting roof in most of the halls, there's a lot of moisture. We had to remove the most valuable exhibits to protect them from mold.
It's a bit chilly in here, but don't worry. My foundation has restored buildings in worse condition. Dr. Krauss, how do you find the local exhibits? Aren't they treasures?
Oh, are you asking me? I'm thrilled! I can't wait to start my work here. I'll instruct my team to...
To what? To what?
To conduct an additional inventory.
Okay, that was not worthy of having a dramatic pause.
Mr. Graham, the museum is on the brink of closure. I would even dare to compare this place to an old and ailing horse that's better off being put down to end its suffering. Most private collectors have far superior collections than what you can find here. Are you sure you're ready to take on its restoration and upkeep? It's madness.
I know what I'm doing. They've called me worse names, my friend. Give me some time, and your town will be known for more than just the cheapest brothels.
Wow.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Mayor. I won't keep you any longer.
That's the mayor?
Dr. Kruger and I will explore the museum. And if his assessment is positive, my lawyer will deliver all the necessary documents to you tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Graham. You're the only patron who has shown interest
You look like a mob boss. You're the mayor?
I'm just not sure what you are expecting to find in this place. But that's your business now.
Brain, you're a terrific actor.
Wait. What? Hey, alien traveler. Oh, are we already parts of something?
I'm sorry, Head. I thought we agreed that my nickname is Kruger, not Kraus.
Oh, they're already being controlled by something.
Don't worry. I believe this museum building will be perfect for the moths.
What? What's happening? This building is about to collapse. Gosh!
Keep your composure. It's just a minor earthquake. These things happen in Innsmouth. I visited this town with my father when I was young.
A minor earthquake? These things happen? Girl,
As you
please.
say, Head. But what was that noise?
You need to get out to the laboratory more often, Brain. I'm sure it's just a ship's siren leaving Innsmouth Harbor. Gather your people and see what interesting exhibits the moths can find here.
Meanwhile, in Innsmouth Bay... Okay, I was like, are we gonna... Is there more of a cutscene? So, This is set in 1920s USA. I know that like every time I see things that draw from Lovecraftian stuff, Innsmouth is something that's mentioned. All right, achieve victory over the enemy using cards, consumables, and abilities. The ability, you can play an ability as many times per turn as your hero has insight points. Consumables do not require energy to play. Yeah, Newburyport, Massachusetts. I don't think they have minor earthquakes there, but they clearly do in scary stories. Okay, consumables do not require energy. You control only your hero character. Allies and enemies act independently. Okay, so that. And cards require energy to play and can be found top left corner of the card. Once the energy is depleted, end your turn. Play attacking cards, consumables, or abilities to inflict maximum damage to enemies. Drag the... Okay, so drag it onto the target. The more attacking cards you play per turn, the larger the attack bonus. The attack combo bonus. Okay, at the beginning of the next turn, all combo bonuses are reset. Attack adds damage of your next attacking card. Okay, so that's an additional boost. Sanity, which you know is not my favorite mechanic, but when you're dealing with this kind of haunted, not haunted, but the Cthulhu mythos, sanity does play a big part. So I just consider it another factor that you need to keep up or lower. Okay, so in fight with truly dangerous creatures, the hero may lose these points. Complete loss of that leads to defeat. And you can play block. You can also get a block combo bonus. And block doesn't vanish. Sometimes block vanishes, but it looks like at the beginning of the next turn, it only goes down by half. So some games you play, when you block, it's gone completely. This one looks like it just cuts itself in half. Intentions. To plan your actions, okay, so you can see what the other enemy's about to do. That's nice. And you have various statuses that you can inflict on each other. Okay. Pause menu. Let's go to the options. There we go. We'll bring the voice up a little bit more. Hey, Chestnut Blaze. Okay, continue. Okay, so we can at least play one round. All right, I've got Smoke Break. Okay, so I can add block to an ally, poison a chosen enemy, get strong coffee. I have a bandage. Got knives and army boots. Okay, so Lotus is going to do something to attack all three of them. Oh, you're going to... Okay, so your intent is... Deal 6... Oh, we have to do it this way. Alright, sorry. Hey, Face On. So if I mouse over you, you're going to deal 7 damage to each fisherman. You're going to block for 5. You're going to deal 6 damage to me. Okay, so what I should do is... Mini bombs. Deal 3 damage to a random enemy 3 times. So let's do that. Okay. Okay, every time this character is attacked, they gain dexterity, and dexterity reduces incoming damage by X points. So by attacking you, I'm actually bringing down the amount of damage it's going to do against you. Okay. And then... Oh, okay, so Smoke Break allows me to draw cards. Okay, take a swig, gain 3. Okay, so one thing I'm noticing is that it's harder to see what's going to happen because you're not getting a lot of pop-ups for status, but okay. And uppercut. Deals 13 damage to a chosen enemy and also applies weakness. I'm going to gain 6 block. And that makes me draw another card. I can now draw 3 more cards. Now I understand that's a card. Okay. I can take another swig. So that's more attack damage. And now I can do... Let's take you out because you're going to try and punch me. So we'll do a chaotic punch. Didn't completely take you out though, so let's go with the mini bombs. Okay, that took out one of you. That one fisherman's going to attack Lotus, and this one's going to block. Lotus is going to attack both of these fishermen, so it's not necessarily going to take them out, but there's not a whole lot I can do, so I'm going to end my turn. Oh, Lotus threw bombs at them. Dang. Okay, at the end of the turn, the block went down by half. Okay. This is a cursed attack. The fisherman intends to deal 5 damage to the hand. If the attack breaks through the block, a curse is imposed. Well, I don't want to do that, so why don't I just use a grenade and deal 9 damage to all enemies? Okay. A few hours later.
Greetings, Ed. There's something we need to discuss.
What happened? You look all dirty.
Dirty.
It's better to discuss matters in private. Brain, aren't you supposed to be dealing with test tubes in the basement or something?
Cease your bickering, gentlemen. We don't keep secrets from one another. Remember what the code states. Knowledge is light. Moths fly toward the light.
All right. Lotus and I visited the village, as per your orders. Many of the residents there are not in their right minds. They refused to talk to me. As night fell, we followed a group of fishermen dressed in rags who were heading towards the shore. They were mumbling something about the heart of the sea and carrying sacks. Approaching the ocean, they boarded a boat and dropped those sacks near some sort of huge rock sticking out from the surface of the ocean. A thunderstorm began, and the fishermen returned to the village. Lotus and I decided to use the same boat to get a closer look at the rock. Suddenly, as we approached the boat, attackers emerged from nowhere. There were many more of them, and I can swear they were inhuman. We had to flee, and something very strange happened there. I'm certain it was some kind of cult ritual, but I have no idea who those attackers were.
Calm down, Hand. You did everything right. Don't jump to conclusions.
Gosh! Hand, why couldn't you have observed them more closely? What if they remember you?
They attacked us. I'm pretty sure we observed them pretty closely.
He did everything right. Go get some rest. You've done a great job. Tomorrow morning, assemble a larger group from our society members and head back to the protrusion. Brain will also provide some of his people.
Hey, Kosum, good morning.
Let's disperse and rest.
The next morning.
And now this is truly strange. The moon didn't disappear by morning.
Oh.
Why is it turned red-pink? I don't like this, Head.
Yeah, that's not normal for a moon to just hang out like that.
I agree. My wise father has records of this in his journals. Let's wait for Hand and his team.
Here's the rock the fishermen were talking about.
Oh, you just brought the rock in with you. Okay. Okay. That you just brought that up in here? Okay.
My people are already examining it. And it's not just a rock. It's a monolith. I can't say yet what the monolith was doing at the bottom of the ocean, but it's definitely not a simple rock. It's covered in symbols of an ancient language. But that's not the strangest part. Inside the monolith, we detected signs of a very powerful force, the nature of which I'll need to investigate further.
I can't believe you just went out to the ocean and brought that monolith up in here.
And I can't wait to begin my research. Head, if this monolith holds any secrets, I will uncover them. I never tire of repeating, there are no unknowable things if you're willing to accept that the answer may be far more insane. I'm so excited. It's as if Christmas came early this year.
Go ahead, Brain. Do your magic. Now, regarding the moon. According to my father's journals, the bloody moon is a sign of a new era approaching. An era of a new order, and the coming of the elder gods. My father didn't speak idly, so I'm beginning to lean towards the idea that our arrival in Innsmouth is not in vain.
I've already heard this from a local. Though they may not be talkative, I can get anyone talking. The local claims to have seen amphibious people with bulging eyes and scales all over their bodies. He says they are messengers of the gods.
Hey, Taro.
Please try to avoid using force whenever possible. You know I don't encourage it. So, this is no longer mere gossip or jokes. We stand on the brink of something great and incomprehensible. What's happening now, what everything is leading to, was one of my father's greatest fears. He hoped this day would never come, but I'm ready to face this battle. I won't shame the memory of my grandfather and father. We need to establish ourselves in Innsmouth and set up our headquarters here. Please go visit the mayor and inform him that the museum is already under restoration. But before that, we need new people. Volunteers who are eager to uncover the truth. New Moth's members.
Okay, so this looks like it is... Okay, we have 5 resources, so we're building something? Ah, there is a skill tree. Interesting. Okay, so if we build the propaganda center, we will unlock the detective as a playable character. There are other buildings we'll need to build additional, but let's build a propaganda center. Nothing like spreading the good word of whatever our weird good word is. Okay. So if we unlock the library, it unlocks 1 more starting deck for all characters. The hospital gives 5 HP at the beginning of the journey. And the flea market gives a random common consumable at the start of the journey. Okay. So I'm guessing starting journey is like starting another run. Ah, alright. So we have access to this character, and we'll get these as we build more. We can, okay, name Howard Morbid. Okay, Howard Morbid. So because it's a roguelike, we're definitely getting a deck, and I don't know what the end boss is, but we'll take a look at a few more rounds. Alright, so our basic ability is Flash, which allows us to draw a card. The basic relic is a magnifying glass, so at the end of each scuffle, get 1 consumable. And our starting deck is an aggressive deck. So we can choose between an aggressive deck and a defensive deck. we'll go aggressive. And I like that it has the cards and it just kind of changes them for you. That's nice. And we have 75 monies. Okay, so we're now playing cards. And it looks like these are now travel cards. And we play 15 until the boss fight. So we're sort of deciding our paths by playing these cards at the bottom. How much gas do we have? It's behind me. We have 15 gas, so we can do a melee, a skirmish with beings from other worlds for 1 gas. We can resupply for 0. Or we can visit the storehouse to steal or buy resources for upgrading society. So let's play this one. Okay, so that cost us 2 gas. We're on the move. So it's sort of like a random encounter. Driving through the forest, you notice above the tree canopies the tall roofs of industrial buildings and smoking chimneys piercing the already overcast sky. The journey is not short, but you decide to head there. What do you do? So we can buy wooden boards for 75 money. We can steal wooden boards and get 1 to 2, or we can move on. We're going to steal. Okay, we got 1 wood. And we're back on the road. Okay, so the boss battle is at the end, and that's a battle with an elder god. Let's do an encounter, because I always like finding the random stuff. Oh, there's a slight... Oh. Uh-oh. Discussions about God. Late at night, you pass by a small church with lights on inside. Tired from your difficult journey and realizing it's late, you decide to ask for shelter until morning. Inside, you are greeted by a holy father who, after a long conversation, offers you confession. What do you do? Do you confess your sins? Do you decline but leave a donation? Or do you confess imaginary sins? So, after we have chosen these, then we'll be able to see the results, but we're going to confess some imaginary sins. You enter the confession room and begin to repent for imaginary sins, adding disgusting details. Playing a role that's not yours, you only later realize how oppressed the Holy Father became from your lies. At some point, he screams and kicks you out of the church onto the street, but you manage to grab 1 trifle with you. So we grabbed a consumable, which is a holy cross, and it can apply regeneration to a hero or an ally. We made him mad. Okay. So there's a scuffle. We haven't actually seen monsters, so we'll do a monster melee. But a scuffle, we do get something special after a scuffle. But we'll do a skirmish with... Oh, no. Zoog. Okay, so we have a dog. The dog is going to put a curse on all of them. I don't know what the curse will do. You're going to try hurting my dog, which is a no-no, and you're going to try hurting me. So... Oh, and I can use this ability to draw a card. Okay, well, first off, let's take a swig. That gives me some strength. We'll deal 12 to a chosen enemy and apply bleeding. But we're already going to do 15 damage anyway. So let's see. Who's going to attack? Hold on. You're attacking. And you're attacking, and you're attacking me. So go ahead and stab you. Okay, so that's 1 down. And that's all I got. Okay, you applied block, you attack, and you attack. But you've both been cursed. Let's see here. But you have that anger, so every time I hurt you, you get additional strength. You're going to attack them for 6. That's not going to get through their... Well, it's going to get through their block, but not do enough. Okay, vulnerability means that the character receives 50% more damage from the base of each attack. So we're going to apply vulnerability for 2 turns to every enemy. And then we're going to do... So it'll actually do 9 damage. So I'll go ahead and do that to you. Now, because I hit you, you gain an additional point of strength. So that's going to suck for me when you attack. Let's try our ability to draw a card and see if we... Okay, we didn't get something we could use, so... Alright. Ugh. This is not good. I'm bleeding. And, oh, I have a rage statistic. When the hero attacks enemies, or when the hero is attacked, he gains rage points. Filling the meter grants the hero the rage status for 3 turns. Okay. I like that. Okay, we're going to take another swig. You're going to attack me for 4. And curse me if it gets through my block, and I don't have any block. You're going to block for 4, and you're going to try attacking the dog. Okay, so let's add block to my hero. Which one of them's going to attack me? Okay, I can't get through your block, but I can take you out because you have weakness and I have strength. Okay. And I'm bleeding, so it's a bit of a problem for me. Oh, everyone's bleeding. Okay. This got out of hand very fast. I do like that the block does not vanish at the end of the turn. It just goes down by half, so that's nice. Alright, we're going to take another swig. You intend to attack for 4. You intend to attack for 5. Make sure it doesn't get through my block. I'm going to punch you. It's not going to do enough. 5 will get through your block, so it'll bring you down to 1. And... Okay. Alright. Okay, so yeah, all you do is continue to apply bleeding. But I might have enough to take you all on now. Let's see here. A grenade will do 6 to everybody. And then let's do 6 to you. And we're done. Okay. Let's see, we got 30 monies. Got consumable. It's interesting because you do have to kind of remember to click on stuff, and I always have a hard time remembering that. And we can pick a card. So we can gain 6 and draw a card. Now this is interesting. The character with this status becomes a preferred target for their enemies' attacks. So I can't control the allies on my side of the team, on my side of the field, but I can apply essentially a taunt to somebody on the other side. So that could be interesting, because that will allow me to affect their target. Okay. We'll do a scuffle with the residents, and then... so we'll see what that's like. So these are humans, so my attacks aren't going to do... Ooh, you have a lot of health. As do you. The smith and the farmer. Why y'all being all mean to me? I just showed up. That's not necessary. Okay. So take a swig. Alright. You're going to try attacking my dog for 7 points of damage, which is rude. You're going to attack them for 6 points. They're going to block for 12, so I'm going to have to focus on the farmer first. Which I will do with 1, 2, and 3. So I get a bonus. I get a combo bonus for all of that. End the turn. That's rude. It's just a dog, buddy. Okay, so... At the start of each turn, this character gains 5 block. Okay, so you're going to be harder to take down. You're going to attempt to block yourself, but I can take you out beforehand. I'm going to give health to the dog. Alright, I will take a swig. I will deal 6 damage to all enemies, so that'll take out the farmer. And then for 2 turns, I'm going to make sure... I'm going to try this to make sure... I mean, there's no one else to attack, but I'm going to make sure that you attack the smith. And that'll take a little bit of your block down. You're going to attack me for 12. This is really going to hurt. It just is. There's no way around it. Ouch. Wow, okay, I have a bunch of block cards. Sorry. You're going to apply a curse to me. It's not going to do damage, but it's probably not going to be nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and punch. That breaks through your block. Let's try drawing a card. I'll apply vulnerability. That means you get more damage. Okay. And you're bleeding. But what are you going to do to us? Okay, so vulnerability, we receive 50% more damage from the base damage. That's gonna suck. But I might be able to do a little something here, so let's take a swig. Add additional boost to our damage. And if we deal 6 damage to all enemies, but we've got the bonus from that, so we're getting 15. And I'll just gain some block. It'll go away next turn, but well, half of it will. Okay, you've had 1 weakness applied. So yeah, you just keep adding more armor, more block every turn. Okay, let's just go full on with the stab. Deal 12 damage to a chosen enemy. Apply bleeding 4 times. So... Okay, so now... You're bleeding. That'll help. This is a tough fight. Okay, so deal 6. I think we might be able to do it. Deal 6. That got through a lot of your block. Deal 6 again, okay. Yes, okay. Goodness gracious. Nutcracker. Nutcracker. It actually deals 50% more damage to humans. Oh, okay. All right. Hey, Rex, welcome on in. So yeah, so that has been like going for resources, doing a random encounter, a monster melee, and a scuffle. I know that my character, after a scuffle, I get one consumable, which is why I got another thing. Now we have options to replenish our supply. This is an elite foe fight, which is probably gonna take me out, so may not do that. Oh. Okay, and these are options. So we may have additional travel decks at some time, and visibility is how far we can see into the deck. So by mousing over, we can see if we use this card, the next card is, ooh, unknown. Okay, sorry, we have to do unknown. Okay, we're refueling for the night. Driving past a gas station, you decide to stop and take a break from the long journey. The lights are on, but there is no service personnel around. Well, we're going to fill up the tank. I like the art. Okay, so that fills up the tank. And I have to, because I have to do the unknown. It's unknown what adventures this card will lead you to. Now, these could be anything. It could be an encounter, a melee, a scuffle. It could be a fight. I don't know. What the... Well, I did that to myself. Good morning, Base, and good morning, Brian. I did that to myself. So, okay. Okay. Well, the fun thing about a roguelike is finding out what happens when you die. And I think we're going to find that out. So, let's do this. Little block. And a punch. Yeah, no, we're definitely, this is not going to end well for us. It's a moon beast. Ooh. Okay, well, let's take a swig. What are you going to do? Oh, you're going to attack our brain health, so that's going to not be great. Alright, let's apply vulnerability to all enemies. And punch. So it does 12 damage, so, you know, not... We might get out of this, but we may not get out of this with our brain health intact. Yep, that's not good. You're not human, so this isn't gonna help, but... I'll use it because it costs me nothing. Didn't really help, but that's okay. You're gonna do 12 damage, so let me block some of that. And then let me throw a grenade at you. Ooh, this is not looking good for me. However... Yeah, I got 10 health. Let's try using this ability to draw a card. And it applied vulnerability to another enemy. So, let's take a swig. Use our stab. It's going to do 21 total damage, and they have 23 health. What are you going to do? You're going to apply a curse. We're gonna see if this works. Now you're bleeding for 6. So at the end of this turn, you're going to lose 6, but you're also going to armor up for 14. So I may make it out of this, or I might die. Do you bleed first or do you block first? Oh! You apply your block first, and then you bleed. Okay. You are going to do 12 damage to me. You are going to get 9 damage done to you. Now, my turn procs, as the kids would say, first. So I'm going to see if I can get a swig. I get a nutcracker. I'll take it. That'll do 4 damage. Okay, so let's do punch. That'll do 10 total damage. Oh. Right, because I had Moxie, kid. Okay, so we got a consumable. It would just burn. Okay, burn. So we can now upgrade. Let's upgrade the card. We can upgrade punch. And we can get a new card. Gather bricks. Bricks summons 3 brick cards, which I assume are probably like quick attacks. So let's claim the reward. I am hurting. Let me look at my deck to see. Okay, gather brick. Yeah, that's a note that I would have is it really helps in games if you can when you run your cursor over a card to so this it does say you can't, it's hard to see. This one at least it does tell you what it does. But this one, when it summons 3 brick cards, it'd be nice if there were a little pop out to tell you what the brick does. Also for this to remind you what the anger does. Anger increases your base attack, but there's a lot of little icons here, so it'd be nice if each of them told you what they were doing. Hey, Browless Bowser. But otherwise, yeah, like as a kind of that roguelike deck builder, you know, you don't have the traditional map that goes trees and arms and out like that. You're basically playing your map down here. So yeah, and if you need to restore your brain health, you can restore, so we can go to the asylum. This place exudes gloom. The mad cries from inside the building only add to your doubts about the correctness of the decision to come here. But what if this is the only place where you can be helped? So, we can spend 150 monies to get 5 brain health back. We can sacrifice 5 max health to get back 5 brain health. Or we can meditate and gain 10 insight to use our abilities. I'm already pretty close to max health, so that would be max health. So yeah, let's gain some insight. Okay, and then let's see if we can. Okay, so we can abandon the run. We can go to the main menu. Let's see if we go to the main menu. Does it save? It might save our progress, but this is the demo, so we'll see. But that is Menace from the Deep. It has heavily drawn inspiration from the Cthulhu Mythos and multiple interesting card mechanics, and that you'll be familiar with if you play things like, you know, I'd say Slay the Spire would be the most familiar to that. And also, I have never played Darkest Dungeon, but it feels familiar to that as well. But yeah, the theme of it's interesting. So yeah. And that is available in the Steam store. I do appreciate that even for a demo, it is the demo is voiced, so that's really nice. Yeah, I've never played Darkest Dungeon, but that's what it reminds me of.